Welcome back to the Milton Price Report, February 2015 edition. My name is Chuck Charlton with the Charlton Advantage team at Royal LePage. And this report is really designed, or this video is designed to give you an inside track on the report and what you need to know about what's going on in the market. So today, before we get into the stats, I want to talk about the 4 reasons why homes do and don't sell. In a market like Milton right now, which is very active, and we're seeing prices being broken all over the place. Just saw a townhouse sell for more than $560,000. Brand new, beautiful house. Anyway, that to some people is pretty foreign, considering that there were Mattamy townhouses that were purchased in 1999 for $140,000. Anyway, there's 4 reasons why homes sell or don't sell, even in a market like this, which is relatively active and good. If 1 or 2 of them are off, then what you find is the results tend to go down. So let's go over them. Number 1 is the way a home looks. So is a buyer emotionally connected to the home? Does it really make them fear that the next person is going to buy it? Because when it's move-in ready, they always command a premium. We talk about that on Milton Daily Homes over at miltondailyhomes.com. The second thing is the way it's marketed. So out of a pool of all the available buyers, what percentage of buyers know about your house? And speaking of Milton Daily Homes, we have a mailing list of more than 13,000 people that even before a home is listed, we let them know about a house. So the momentum that carries that forward is oftentimes great. Now, the third reason is the way it's priced. So how does it compare to other homes in the area that have sold, and also your competition right now? Buyers are comparison shoppers, and so they're looking for the best value for their money. And can you justify why you're priced the way that you are? I always think about our role as a realtor is to be like the lawyer who's defending your case in court for the price that you're asking. And the fourth thing is when it's listed. So how much competition do you have? Even sometimes on the back of a really good sale, you can piggyback that and kind of ride the wave of escalating prices. So that's a factor. So if you look at these 4, the bottom line message is if one of these is off, your results suffer, even in a market like this. And if 2 of them are off, there's a good chance that your home is not going to sell. So I hope you found that information helpful. It really is the truth in any market about getting top dollar is maximizing those 4 pieces. Let's get started with the report. There's 6 of us on our team. We've been in Milton for about 12 years, and in that time we've helped about 1,000 families go through the process. So there's not much we haven't seen in the marketplace. And we've got some great tools like the Milton Daily Homes list, some great ways to get the word out about your property, because marketing is a big piece of that puzzle. So this report is designed to be general by nature. You can look up individual sales on the website, but we really believe in the one-on-one approach, is that each situation is different. There's no one size fits all, and value even can fluctuate day to day for certain properties. So it's important to really get current, up-to-date information and to look at it from the perspective of not only what's sold, but also what your competition's doing. So there's a legend here, and then we've got the average days on market. You can see that in January, it was the lowest days on the market in the last 4 years. All that means is properties are selling faster. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the best time. I think the second graph, active listings compared to number of sales, is probably the most important graph in the whole report. And what it shows is there's a very even, for the last couple of years, there's an even ratio between the active listings and the number of sales. So for example, in May of 2014, we had just under 400 active listings. And then we had the sales number was about 275. So in Milton, we kind of fluctuate around 60 to 65% of the homes that are listed that end up selling. We were around that ratio in January. And what we saw is the average price was lower, which just means that the smaller homes sold. It doesn't mean that it's a worse time to sell. The GTA numbers, which is purple and blue for the last couple of years, and then orange for 2015, is much more reliable because Milton only has a few hundred sales every month. We had 92 in January. Sometimes what will happen is if a few more townhouses and condos sell, it just tends to fluctuate. So you can see there's much more variation in the Milton numbers than the pretty consistent Toronto numbers. So it's not a bad time to sell in August. It's not a bad time to sell in January when the numbers are low. It just means the types of homes generally are a little bit different. And we see the larger family homes tend to sell through this season and then try and match the school year. So that's what that's about. And funny enough, in the fall, it's not funny, but it's interesting, is that we actually see a lot of divorces. People go through the whole summer and then they get to September and they say, well, maybe we're a little bit off here. I've seen it for years and years. So a part of that hump is due to separation in the fall. Anyway, the point of this is we look for year-over-year changes between the two graphs. So the market stats, we were at actually a little bit lower. We were 47% sales to new listings, whereas basically all of last year we were at 67%. So out of all the new listings that come out, how many of them sell in that month? And we were about 2 to 3 ratio. Not 100%, not every home in Milton sells. That's important to know. Days on the market and percent of list price was all in line with last year's numbers. So we've got all the stats for individual properties. You can see the percent of list and days on market. Condo apartments, 12 new listings, only 4 sales, so that was a little bit lower. So you can look at the market as being maybe a little bit flooded in the month of January, and we'll see how the numbers translate in February. Condo towns, condo apartments are generally the lowest price point to get into the market, and as we start to see things trend up on pricing, those detached buyers from 3 or 4 years ago are now buying townhouses and condos. It's the same kind of thing that happened in Toronto. People just started to get priced out above a certain number. And then detached homes, for example, only 33% of them sold in the month of January, which was by far the lowest total. So that's a price point thing. Detached homes, even though interest rates are low, the affordability still becomes an issue once you start crossing the average price is $540,000. So there's a bit of a write-up here about why would you choose us to help you. So feel free to read through that, give us a call, and we'd be glad to tell you why we believe we're the best choice to sell your house for more money in less time. And we can absolutely prove that without a doubt. Some words that people have said about us, I can let you read through that report on the PDF. On the website, we've got all the sale numbers. You can download the PDF and you can watch this video. And finally, there's 3 things you can do next. Number 1 is a pinpoint price analysis. You can have us over and we can guarantee the price that we talk to you about you will sell in 60 days or less. The second is the room-by-room review, where we actually come over and give you the lowest cost, highest return ideas to get your home looking its best. It all comes back to that graph of 4 things. And the third thing is our silent market. So we have a lot of momentum. I've just had a client who is looking to sell a condo, and they don't want to put it on MLS, but we've had 5 people come in the last week because we're so in touch with buyers, and we have waiting lists for certain kinds of properties, mostly from our big Milton Daily Homes list, but also past clients and business connections and things like that. So if you want to do the same thing, maybe not even list it on MLS, but have us see if we can find a buyer for your house, we could absolutely do that. That's a fun thing to do. We do it quite often. Give us a call, send us an email. We'd be glad to help you out. And thanks for watching the February 2015 report on Milton house prices.